Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's continue. Ella and Alec. A shadow falls over Ella's face. I step closer. Every impulse in my being wants to enfold her in my arms. Still, there's no missing the chill around her. It's not a physical sense of cold, mind you. It's more something inside. What's wrong? I ask. It's nothing. She forces a smile. Let's get some lunch. I slip on my sunglasses. Hot dogs, here we come. I push out the back door. Together, Ella and I step into the alley and merge with the foot traffic on the sidewalk. My disguise works, and happily, there are no fans or paparazzi to bother us. Now we can get down to business. I spent years wondering what happened to Ella. All we had was a small chat by a loading dock. At last, I can fill in the blanks. What's your favourite colour? I ask. Ella's blue eyes dance with humour. Colour, she echoes. Yeah, I want to know all about you. Her cheeks redden. It might be the same for me. Curious, you know. Perfect. Seeing Ella blush brings out my mischievous side. How about we play truth or dare? What? You mean that we either answer a question honestly or perform any dare the other person demands? Are you honestly suggesting we play a game popular with an 8-year-old? I make my best poor you face. Scared, huh? Bring it on. Huh? I tap my chin dramatically. Why were you sad before? Before? Ella asks the question as if she's confused, but I think she knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I could back off, yet I still want to know everything about this girl. In the basement, I explain, you seemed a little blue. Ella nods slowly. Okay, the answer to your question is orange. What? I shake my head. You were nappy about orange? No, your first question was my favourite colour. Ella wags a finger at me. You can't switch now. Fair enough, I chuckle. Your turn. Truth or dare? No question asked here. Truth. Ella eyes me for a long moment. When is your glass slipper ball? I set my hands over my heart and stagger. Ouch. Not your favourite subject. Let's say it's a tough topic with my parents. I sigh. Right now, it's scheduled for Valentine's Day. That's right before my 19th birthday. It's traditional for the Queen of Hearts to bind a couple at the ball. Ella hugs her elbows. Bind? It's a magical marriage. Normally a real wedding follows a few weeks after the ball. I don't know a lot about the Queen of Hearts. Why would she bother with your family's marriage ceremonies? It's unclear. And believe me, I've read everything I can to find on the subject. The founder of the Charm Jewellers, Charles, once said he won a bet with the Queen. Other than that, I know nothing. At this point, it's on the tip of my tongue to share about the family curse, but I hold back. I did promise my father to keep it a secret, but also, I'm unsure how I really feel about the whole thing. Before, I hated the idea, yet now that Ella is back in my life, things might be changing. We reach the hot dog cart. Here we are. Your lunch, my lady. Ella grins. Can't wait. We get our grub and hoof it over to Central Park, and there's a spot on the sidewalk, the bench and overarching trees. We take our seats. For a time we eat in friendly silence. Then I ask the question. Truth or dare? At this point, Ella had the hot dog halfway down her mouth. She pauses. Dare. I challenge you to a Magicorum Killer tournament. Her eyes widen. Right now? Oh, darn. We'll have to do that later, won't we? I wink. My turn again. Truth or dare? Asks Ella. My phone starts blaring with beeps and chimes. I pull it out and turn it off. This is a very important game, I explain. It can't be interrupted. Ella takes out her cell and does the same. Mine's off too. She resets a cell into a bag. Enough stalling. Truth or dare? I lean in close enough that Ella's breath fans out over my mouth. Dare. Go with me to Cinder Mercantile. She worries her lower lip with her teeth. Okay, that was a little odd. Not at all. What's Cinder Mercantile? It's my parents' old store. They're gone now. Ella's voice quakes as she says those last three words. I'm so sorry, Ella. Cinder was their business, and I'd like to see how it's running. I haven't visited because of my stepmother and sisters. A shiver rolls across her shoulders. They're everything you can imagine from the fairy tale life template. I don't have enough magic to go alone and stay hidden. Warden and all that. Of course, I say. That's a second day I will have to save for another time, though. I'll need to gather a special set of gems. Thanks. Ella sets down a hot dog. I was worried about Bri before. I mean, back in the basement. I shift my position to all my focus on Ella. No question about it, it's a big deal for Ella to trust me with this. What about Bri? She's turning 18. It's a big day for anyone with a fairy tale life template. Her auntie's wanted to marry some douchebag named Philpot. I wince. Knox won't be happy about that. You think they'll get together? I'll put it to you this way. Knox is very protective. End of story. That's... Ella looks into the line of trees and gasps. Jacoby! Who? A guy steps out from the park. He's a dark elf of the handsome Yarity. I'm talking silver irises, pointed ears, and heavy frame. Not very elf-like as these types go. I'm Jacoby, he says, with a grin that's the definition of the word smug. I'm Alec. I know that, says Jacoby. Everyone knows that. Ella rolls her eyes. What are you doing here, Jacoby? The elf takes a seat on our bench, careful to position himself on the other side of Ella. He sets his arm across the back of the bench, and across Ella's shoulders. It's a mark of possession. Are these two together? Ella scooches closer to me. It's a very clear move that says, you don't own me. I can't help but grin, and if my smile is as smug as Jacoby's, so be it. Speaking of Jacoby, Ella shoots a frustrated look in his direction. I know Jacoby from my parents' store. Consider me a concerned and very good friend, says Jacoby, which is why I'm here today. I found out some more information about your new buddy, Briar Rose. What about her? A trouble coming for her 18th, says Jacoby. I got word from her animate, very reliable. It's a mannequin from a wicker supply store in Salem, Mass. Now that she's enchanted and alive, she gets tons of visions of the future. It seems your Briar Rose will fight evildoers and go on a great journey. Ella gives Jacoby the side-eye. That's not very specific. I'm afraid that's what I have for you. Jacoby gives me a knowing glance as he speaks his next bit. I'll return when I know more. Without saying another word, he vanishes. Ella groans. That's Jacoby. Always materializing and disappearing at odd times. I should have warned you before. My parents sold items made by artist animates. I've a rather odd collection of buddies from that era. I can't wait to meet them all, I say, and I mean it. Now, we need to have a Magicorum Killers competition and a visit to your parents' store. That we do, confirms Ella. A warm sense of satisfaction spreads inside me. 2 dates with Ella and a pleasant lunch. The odd visit from Jacoby aside, this marks my best ever workday. Ever as a fake vice president of Le Charme Jewelers. Interested. Looks like Ella may have some inkling from Jacoby about what's going to happen to Briar Rose. That we didn't know, of course, did we? Let's continue with Ella now, shall we? Alec and I walk back from lunch. My brain is all foggy, and not because of Jacoby's surprise visit. I can't believe I did all that. How could I risk my security and tell Alec I'm a warden too? Even Bride doesn't know. But that's not even the worst thing I did today. Why did I ask Alec to visit Cinder with me? It wasn't anything I planned to do. The question just fell out of my mouth. Sure, I think about the store all the time. I wonder about the animates as well. Jacoby says they're all fine, but he's not exactly Mr. Honest. And I'd rather see things for myself. If there's one consolation, it's how Bride turns 18 soon. That should keep all of us busy for a while. Maybe Alec will forget I ever gave him that dare. Somehow. I doubt it, though. And that is the next chapter. of Alec and Ella. So that's considered as their first kind of date, guys. Though I know, like, they're not officially together, but we understand now there's complex issues that are keeping them apart. So technically they are together, but they're just not making it known that they are together, if you get what I mean. Like, they know they're meant to be together, but they can't let the world know that right now. And it's kind of one of those things, I guess. Right, so I shall see you in the next episode. Many blessings.